Heading into the final of the ICC Cricket World Cup, India were the odds-on favourite. There was a reason why the Indian cricket team was being hyped. 10 straight wins. And you're going to play the final at home on a pitch where India's batters would make merry. Australia were the underdogs because they had lost their first 2 games, they were at the bottom, and then they staged a resurgence by winning 8 straight games. There were a lot of memes that were circulating at that point in time. 2003, Australia had won 10 straight games, India had won 8, but then in the final, Australia had won. This time the tables had turned in 2023. What was the situation in Johannesburg with Australia? Now it was with India. India had won 10 straight games, their best ever winning streak in ODIs, and Australia had won 8. All the talk was on the pitch. Now, remember, the semi-final came to the front when you saw that the pitch at the Wankhede was being changed at the last minute. What was the problem? No one ever knew. The pitch was being changed in consultation with the host association, with the BCCI and with the ICC. But Andy Atkinson's email was something else. Andy Atkinson, remember, is the chief pitch curator of the ICC. Now, he had stated that this kind of a thing is quite rare. But New Zealand didn't raise an issue and the match went on a flat road. 2 strips were been prepared in Ahmedabad. And Australia, when they had a look at it, it looked tacky. Pat Cummins, you could see one photo where he is examining 2 patches where it will be conducive to spin. And once again, the pitch preparation came into the fore. What was the kind of wicket that was going to be on offer? Australia and Pat Cummins were really pondering what to do. How should they go about making a plan on this wicket? The think tank had a huge idea. In stepped Ricky Ponting. Now remember, Ricky Ponting has one of the best brains in cricket. 2003 and 2007, he is the World Cup winning captain under whom 34 matches winning streak happened. And if you look at it on commentary, Ricky Ponting is the most analytical mind that you can ever get. The way how he dissected Prithvi Shaw in that Adelaide Test match, his technique. Now, at this point in time, before the final, Ricky Ponting had one simple advice to the Australian cricket team. That advice really put them in a great frame of mind and it made a lot of things clear to them. What was that advice? Ricky Ponting told, some of the Australian players were worried about this surface, but I said to them, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the surface. It's a cricket pitch, it's a 22 yards long and just go out there and play your best game, and they have done that. There were any kind of mental demons. If this mental demon was there, how the pitch will behave, Ponting's advice just eliminated that. For far too long, for the last 15 years, ever since 2008 till now, Australia were always spooked by the conditions in India. And that's why you see they haven't won a test series since 2004. They lost 2-0 in 2008, swept 2-0, swept 4-0 in 2013 and also 2-0 in 2010. They lost 1-2 in 2017 and lost 1-2 recently in the BGT here. Conditions in Australia, if you have to look at it in India, have not always favored Australia, and that's why India has been their ultimate kryptonite when they've come here. But this advice, they were worried about the surface. Ricky Ponting just said, don't worry. Simple but effective advice that ensured Australia could play with all their freedom. And who better than Travis Head to do it? England and India have had to change their template in order to ensure that they play attacking cricket to win the World Cup. Australia never changed their template. Right from the time of Gilchrist, Hayden, Ponting, now Travis Head, every single time Australia have found individuals by which they could do it. So, this was the advice that Ricky Ponting gave. But the pitch fixing that happened, if you want to call it in a way pitch preparation, that once again came under the scanner for one simple reason. This was the Motera deck that was there. And Ricky Ponting really stated, wicket preparation that has probably ended up backfiring on India, to be totally fair. It was very, very subcontinental conditions. Why didn't India want to play on their ultimate strength, which was flat decks? Mumbai, Bengaluru, Kolkata was an exception, but in every other wicket, it was flat. Why didn't they go with their strength? India, this is the main reason why I am saying that India are scared when it comes to ICC finals. The fear of failure looms very heavily on them. They needed double stack insurance to ensure we don't fail. But remember, whenever rank turners have been prepared in India, it has been Australia that has capitalized. Look at Pune 2017. Look at Indore 2023. Because of this, the same wicket, toothpaste, but it would ease out. India were more spooked of the fear of failure than Australia were about the conditions. And Cummins' idea and the way how he practiced about it ensured Australia had made the right decision. Cummins got everything spot on. After 10 overs, it just went away. The swing and seam just went away. The pitch eased off. They could hit through the line. When dew set in at about 28th over or the 30th over, game over. The spinners were not getting spin. It was easy to bat on. None of the bowlers could get that skid necessary, and that's why Australia won on a canter. But it was Ricky Ponting's advice that don't worry about the pitch, which ensured Australia held a decisive mental edge over India. And the process to prepare the pitch in such a way that, India just cannot lose, backfired in a big way. Now, you tried to ensure that that you would play on a different pitch in Mumbai. There is no written rule which states that you have to play it on a fresh wicket. But this was a used, tacky wicket. Do you really want to play it there? Can't you make the pitch sporting enough? One thing is for sure. That's what I have said. India tried everything. The BCCI tried everything. The fans tried everything. But they could not dislodge Australia's mental strength. And that's why India are sometimes held hostage to two factors, the fear of failure and their own conditions. Australia are never held hostage to the conditions, not to the fear of failure. That is called a sporting mentality. And because of that, they are the 6-time champions. And believe you me, they have won 20 World Cups now. Men and women combined have won 20. 6 World Cups for the men, 1 T20 World Cup in 2021. Australia's women's cricket team have won 7 ODIs and 6 out of 8 T20 World Cups for the women. Now, if that nation is not hailed as the dominant force in world cricket, I don't know what is. So, kudos to Ricky Ponting for ensuring that Australia had the right mental space, and that's how they managed to get there. And because of that, they are the 6-time champions. But this win will rank higher than you may say of Kolkata, Lords, Johannesburg, Barbados, Melbourne. Because they beat the best Indian team that could be there. And you saw best Pakistan team in 1999, best Indian team in 2023, best Sri Lanka team in 2007. What all has happened? Even if you look at best New Zealand team of 2015, what has happened? Australia have come out victors, that too handsomely. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.